afternoon, guys. As you can see, I'm at the swim number 7, the Barrow. I've obviously named because it's the furthest from the car park. But anyway, at the moment, I've literally got here, put the nets and the mat in the dip tank, gave that a good soaking, and then while that's drying around by the dip tank, I've drove the car around, loaded or unloaded all the gear, just put it into the mouth of the swim, and yeah, unloaded, and then drove back round, parked the car up, picked up the wet sling and the nets, etc., and carried them up on foot. But yeah, so literally that's the state of play. I did, when I parked the car here unloading, I did put a sprinkling of dog biscuits out because there's a few fish showing under the surface. See if we get any attention by the time we get back. However, as I was getting in the car, there was just a mass of ducks descending on the dog biscuits, and I don't think they lasted very long at all. Yes, I've seen a few fish under the surface, so I brought my floaters with me, got my floater gear with me, so I'll give it a go. Maybe I'll see how it goes, but the ducks, like I say, could be a bit of a pain. Swimming's a bit of a bomb site at the moment, stuff everywhere, and I need to get set up. So let me do that, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Okay guys, so I haven't even put the rods out yet, but the bivvy's all set up, but it's scorching hot. I've been putting some floaters out. There are a few fish taking. I was just about to put some more out, but then a big group of ducks just turned up, and I thought I'd waste my time putting any more bait out there now. But while I've been watching, I've seen the rushies really knocking hard in the left-hand margin to my left-hand side. So I thought while I'm waiting to see what's going on in the swim, I'm going to stick a solid bag that I've got tied up. It's got the Parker Baits micro pellet in the bag and a trimmed down magic bean, pink magic bean. So I'm going to put that on the left-hand rod and just put it down as tight to the rushies as I possibly can get it, because those rushies are really knocking and there's something right in there. So I'm going to give that a go and see if we can nick a bite while I'm working out what to do straight out in front. But like I say, bivvy's up, it's scorching hot, and yeah, I'll catch up with you in a bit once I'm actually fishing. Okay guys, so at the moment I've only got my left-hand rod out. I've been watching and waiting. I'm putting some floaters out, see if we can get the fish going. But in the meantime, on my left side, over there by the rushes, I've seen the rushes knocking and knocking, so I've put a PVA bag with the mini mix pellet on there and a magic bean. Put a pink magic bean on there that's been whittled down just so it wafts nicely, and yeah, so nice and tight against those rushes. Put it out there with using the bait boat. That's the only rod I'm fishing at the moment. I've got the line there, you just see the rushes just knocking again then. So yeah, I've got one rod out at the moment, and I'm still contemplating trying to get some floaters out, but the ducks keep coming over and absolutely mulling them. But anyway, so that's my left-hand rod, and that's where it is over there, and we'll give it a go. And like you say, you've just seen those rushes knocking, but they've been knocking from time to time, and I couldn't resist putting a bait over there. So that's my left-hand rod, solid bag, mini mix, and the magic bean, pink magic bean. Okay guys, so there I was sitting there, and left-hand rod's gone. It's the only rod I've got out, and it's this little pasty. It's probably about £7, little tiny thing, but we haven't blanked, so a little tiny one. But yeah, bit of fun. Hopefully get his big brother or sister come along. But we'll get him back and get the rod back out there and see if we can get something a little bit bigger. Yes please. There's one right under the bait right now. Is he going to come up from it? No, he's gone the other way. He's coming back again now. There's a couple of fish out there in the area. It's just out of catapult range. I'll try and get some more out there. Using the pole. where my bait is right on the edge of that line of floaters I just put out. Will they come nearer? So there's 2 fish out there at the moment, having a munch. But here come the dreaded ducks, which is not what I want. Not what I want at all. Bring this in ever so slowly. I want to spook the fish up. There's a few fish out there right now. Let's put them down there. They didn't like that. There's still a couple of fish out there taking. I'm not entirely sure where it's. Bit of floating stuff out there is my bait. I'll just have to wait and see if I see the float move. One over to the right, there's 2 there, look very active. They look like they're right up for a little bit of feed. Coming over, a bit too far behind though. Well, this one's coming closer. What I might do, put the rod down for a second. See if I can get some bait out there. Put the bait runner on just in case. I'm going to pull a bit of bait out there. As far as I can. really far enough, but there's one not a million miles away from me at bait at this moment in time. I hope I'm not blocking the view for you guys. There he is, just to the left of the float with his mouth out. There's another one just behind the float. It's not a million miles away now. I'm half expecting that float to start going. Hard to tell how big the fish are. They don't look particularly big, but we'll see. Hopefully we'll get a chance. He's not a million miles away now. Can you see the one on the edge of the island? He's probably about 5, maybe 6 foot away from my float. I've got about 3-4 foot hook length on there, so I'm not too sure where the bait is in comparison to the float. But he's come around the other side of it now. Right, I've got a fish on the other rod. This one's a mental little thing. Okay guys, second fish. Little common. You can see him in there or not. There he is. He's only about 6 or 7 pound. So I'm going to put him straight back. No point in stressing him more than he needs to. Let's see what we got here. Well, I don't know if you see this. We've got one off the top. Eventually. It doesn't feel particularly big. It's fairly light tackle I'm using. So it's hard to tell. I don't want to give it too much welly. It's probably the biggest fish I've had today. Oh, don't want to get in there. Oh, there we go. Perseverance paid off. Relatively ragged though. It's not big. It's a double. Remember, I'm only playing it on light gear. It took me all around the place, over the other side. That is no monster. but it is a fish. I'm going to stand up a minute because my back's hurting. Come on. There he goes. Happy days. Okay guys, well, bit of floater fishing, it's always fun. And biggest one of the sessions so far, still only small, probably about £10. But there he is, lovely mirror. Yeah, about £10. Happy days. So we're going to get him straight back and see if we can attempt any more. But fingers crossed, get something a bit bigger. But it's pretty fish nonetheless. Hey. Again on the floaters. Nice little scaly one. Again, probably about £10. Maybe a bit bigger than the last one. But yeah, pretty fish. Very, very pretty. So I'm not complaining. I would like to get through to the bigger ones, but that's the only complaint I have got. But guarding quality of fish, absolutely top notch. Look at that, stunning. I'll show you the other side quickly and I'll get it back and see if we can get another one. There we go. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, thanks mate. Now go and get your big sister or your big mama and tell them where all the bait is. I think I will have a rod over here. Just about there. I think second would be over straight out in front. It's very flat bottom. I'm thinking about there. Just coming up there. What about there? So it's a very uniform bottom on here. This one going over here towards this point of the island. Very uniform bottom all the way across there. I'm thinking somewhere in there. There. Okay. That's it. That'd be my 3 spots for the moment. Okay guys, so it's getting on a bit now. It's nearly 7 o'clock and I'm just getting the rods ready for the night. Now, I've sort of chosen 3 spots, rightly or wrongly. I'm going one to the left hand island, just on the point of the island, one to the main island, straight out in front, onto the arm, straight in opposite me, and then one to the tip of the island to the right hand side. What I'm thinking, I've got 3 rigs. Solid bag rig, which is what I've had to cut the fish on already, and I've got a 5-ounce lead on there with a normal lead clip with a bog standard blowback rig, and on there I've got a bottom bait with a 12mm pop-up, so it's basically balanced bottom bait. Yeah, that one I think I'm going to put to the left hand rod to the nearest island, and the one in the middle, straight out in front, I've got 3-ounce lead on a running lead clip, so yeah, it can slide up the line. And I've got my usual doubled up rigidity section, but it's a bottom bait with a little topper on it, so it just pops up above the bottom of the hook will lay flat on the deck. Yeah, and I've got about 10-inch coated braid section with a bit of blobs of putty down and a loose section near the hook. So that's the rigs. I'm going to put some mesh bags with the 2 of the lead clips. Obviously I'm not putting a mesh bag with that, and yeah, I'll get these out there and see if we can get any joy. So I've had 4 fish so far today already, but nothing majorly big. I think we're just scraping into doubles with the biggest fish, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm going to get these out there, and then I'm going to tie up some more bags just in case, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed we get something a bit bigger. Okay, so the rods ain't been out that long, it's already getting dark, so I'm just going to cook myself a paella, and yeah, it's a co-op special in the Ridge Monkey, and yeah, I've had it before, it's very nice, so I'm looking forward to tucking into this with a nice cold beer. Good evening guys, just coming up to 9 o'clock and it's pitch black. Rod's gone quiet. I've only had the rods out for a couple of hours now, got them out about 7, half 7. Up until then I was just using one rod, either on the bottom or with the floaters. So I've had 4 fish so far, which is, you know, quite good, although they are quite small. I do feel like kindergarten carp at the moment, looking after the little ones. But yeah, catching nonetheless. Be nice to get something a bit better. But yeah, the rods are out, and I've had me dinner. I've had a chicken and prawn paella with some tortillas, which was very, very nice. So yeah, I've just had that, and I'm going to put my head down for a bit. So I don't know if I've mentioned, I've not been too well lately, and yeah, so the last session was the vloggers match. A few days after that I went on to a festival for a long weekend, and when I got back from the festival I was very ill. Almost felt like COVID. Could have been COVID, I don't know. But yeah, been very poorly. Cold, runny nose, cough, aches, pains, you name it, I've had it. And then just as I was getting over that, my back went. So yeah, so it's been very, very painful. And I thought it was really bad to start with. And then we went away last weekend. We went to Richmond for the wife's birthday. And yeah, a lovely weekend, although my back was playing up at times. But when we got back on the Monday, I could hardly move. I had to phone up 911 or whatever it is, 111. And yeah, they got in touch with my local GP, who's got me some proper painkillers. And I've been taking those. And yeah, I didn't think I was going to be able to come fishing this weekend, but it let up enough for me to come fishing. I'm still suffering a bit. I'm still taking the painkillers, and I must admit, I think I might be a little bit spaced out. Yeah, I'm quite tired, and the time just flew by. I don't know if I had a little snooze earlier or not. I don't know, but some weird thoughts were going through my head. Weird dreams. Some weird dreams were going on. I don't know if I was daydreaming or dreaming, proper asleep, I don't know. But anyway, that's the state of play. So yeah, I've had a lot of pain. I'm not too bad today. I can feel it. I feel a bit achy. So I'm going to lay down for a bit, rest me back, and see if something a bit bigger comes along. Like I say, I don't want to be playing kindergarten carp all weekend. I want some of those big ones. So let's see, hopefully fingers crossed. But in the meantime, I'm going to rest me back for a bit, and I'll see you in a little while. Well, good morning guys. It's 20 past 7. It's very misty, and on the fishing front it's been quite quiet. I had quite a few knocks and twitches, and about 5 o'clock this morning, the right hand rod done a little bit more, shot to the top and then dropped right back. So I've run out, leaned into the rod, and there was nothing there. That's on the PVA bag over to the end of the island on the right hand side. After that I left the rod in because I didn't want to disturb the swim too much, and also I couldn't really see much of what's going on out there. It was fairly light but very misty, and I didn't want to, I couldn't really see where I was going to be putting the bait. But what I've been doing is been watching the water, looking for any fizzing going on, and there's quite a bit of fizzing going on to my left. There's an aerator over to the left on the point of the bank. Just off of that there was a bit of fizzing going on. Not the aerator, there's a few patches going on sort of between the aerator and the island. I was watching and watching, and in the end I decided to put what's the right hand rod, which was the solid bag I had that funny take on, put another solid bag on, and I put it over to the left hand side. So I've then leapfrogged the rods over. The other rods haven't been touched, not been moved or recast, so just the right hand rod has become the left hand rod. Fresh PVA bag out to where I've seen the fizzing going on. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I've had lots of knocks and twitches, like I say. Been a few times when I've thrown the bag off, getting ready to run out, and nothing. But yeah, that's how it goes. But I've had a few fish, definitely some fish showing in swim number 8 next door. But I've had a few crashing around in the darkness as well, so not entirely sure where they are. And I've seen one not far from my middle rod on the point of the left hand island. But we'll see what the day brings. But in the meantime I'm going to have a cup of tea, and I'll take some more painkillers for my back. It's aching a little bit, it's not too bad, but I don't want to be in any sort of pain. So I'm going to take some painkillers in a bit, and hopefully after I take those I still make sense, because I don't know if I was making much sense yesterday. I think I was a little bit out of it after taking those. So far, to recap, I've had 4 fish, 2 off the bottom to the left hand margin and 2 off the top. Yeah, just small carp. We'll see what day brings. I want to get into something a bit bigger ideally, but I can't be too greedy. I've had 4 fish already. Still very misty. Got myself a McMuffin cooked on the bank, bridge monkey style, with the rasta. Okay, and I think we've got another scorcher ahead of us. Let's have a quick look, see what they're saying. Yeah, hardly any wind. Up to 28 degrees and sunny all day. So, yeah. And then tonight, clear night. Typical. Tomorrow morning, looks like rain. Could be a wet pack up. Hope not, but anyway, that's what it is. So, yeah, another hot day. Another day of trying to seek some solace in the shade. Anyway, I'll see you in a little while. Okay guys, it's 10:15 on the 9th of September, and it's absolutely scorching. The fish are already coming to the top. I've already had a go at feeding the ducks with some floaters. Yeah, there's several fish out here. I've not seen any big ones. There's a lot of shadows just under the surface. So I'm going to continue flicking the odd floaters out until I get some interest. I may even stick a zig out, but well, we'll see what happens. Just keep an eye on the water. There's been a few showing. In fact, let's just put a few floaters out there now. Let's feed those ducks. Here they come. So I've just gone past fish. There's a group of fish just underneath those nearest floaters I've just put out. See if they come up. Still a bit early yet. And I've still got all the other 3 baits on the bottom. Still a bit early. I'm still hoping for the bottom baits to go yet. But like I say, I'm going to keep an eye and potentially put a zig out. Oh, did you see that one in the camera? I don't know if you saw that one roll. Just to the left, to the point of the island. Yeah. I'll just keep an eye on, see what they want to do. But like I said, I've not seen any big uns. But a bit of surface action nonetheless would be good fun, even if they're small. But anyway, that's where we are. I'll catch up with you as and when I decide to change anything or if anything happens. Good evening, guys. It's just turned 5 o'clock and it's starting to cool down a little bit. It's been absolutely sweltering today, really uncomfortable. Tried to get the fish going on the floaters, they weren't having it really. I did see a real nice fish, didn't look that big to start with, literally half a rod length out, and I was literally standing in the swim. It's one of those ones where I caught sight of it and I didn't want to move for fear of spooking it, but like I say, it's an half rod length out, literally straight in front of the swim. And it didn't look that big to start with. You can only see, because they've got their heads sticking up to the surface, and you can only really see half of it. It's only when it turned around and faced away from me and I saw the thickness of it. It was about that wide. It's a big old fish. At least a 20 pounder. Common. I did try to sort of get my bait somewhere near it, but yeah, he was too cute for that. As soon as I moved, he got nervous, and then I sort of flicked the bait over past it, brought it back, and he just disappeared like they do. Not really any joy on the floaters today. It has been really hot though, so I round in and took a walk around the lake, spoke to some of the people. There's been a few guys down here since Thursday. They've had a few fish out between them, up to 25, 26 pound. So yeah, very nice going. But they said since it turned really hot, which is like yesterday and today, it's killed it. They're not catching anything like they were. So unusual September weather, but I'm not going to complain. Yeah, last week, or this week, Monday onwards, it just became really warm all of a sudden. Yeah, the sun came out and it's been absolutely glorious, proper Indian summer. And they said it may continue to the weekend, and it certainly did. It is absolutely so hot still. I don't know how hot it's been, I dread to think, but I have been sweating buckets. Not that you want to know that, but anyway, I got back from me walk around the lake and tried again on the surface, still no joy. So I thought I'd get the rods out. Now, I've gone slightly different spots tonight, only slightly different. Left hand rod, rather than being on the point of the island, I've gone up the side of it where there's some overhanging bushes. Not too close to the island, it's probably about half a rod length off. Middle rod, I was talking to the bailiff when he came round. He said he normally goes the other side of the bush to where I am, but power literally in the line with the overhanging tree. I went a lot tighter to the island last night. So what I've done is I've come where the branches hit the water, and again it's probably about half a rod length from the bank. I've gone to the left hand side. He normally goes to the right, but I've gone to the left. Don't ask me why, just feeling it over there. And the right hand rod, rather than tucking it into the bushes or the trees on the middle of the island to the right hand side, I've gone in the channel between the island and this bank, but it's closer to this bank, nearer to the aerator. That's a solid bag with a magic bean wafter. The other two rods, the middle rod is a pop-up, gone for a pop-up tonight. That's a pop-up OG fish, and that's on a hinge stiff rig. and the left hand rod is a bottom bait with a 10mm pop up, so it sinks like a wafter, so it sinks nicely on the bottom. The weight of the hook takes it down. So yeah, all OG fish on the left and middle, fruit and nut, wafter, magic bean on the right hand rod. Thought I'd get them out a bit earlier tonight. I didn't get them out till about 7 o'clock last night, what with all the floater fishing and stuff I was doing. But anyway, the rods are out. I'm gonna chill, enjoy this evening now. I've got some shade and it's cooling down, and yeah, gonna enjoy it, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. What you guys? Well, as you can hear, I've managed to nab one, and right hand rod on the solid bag with the magic bean wafter, fruit and nut, at midnight. Off it's gone, no messing, proper take. And as you may be able to hear, I don't know if you will, but there's a festival or something going on. It was going on last night, but it seems to be going on a bit later tonight. But anyway, bit of entertainment. But yeah, so right hand rod's gone off. And I've got this absolute belter. A pristine common, 22 pounds, 15 ounces. And he's not a very happy boy. Yeah, very pretty common. Come boy. So he's not happy at all, so bear with me. But there he is, £22.15. Absolute stunning fish. So made up is an understatement. I think it might have been my first 20 out of Islands. But yeah, happy days. Very nice fish, very, very pretty. Not a scale out of place. Yeah, I'm happy with this one. But I'll show you the other side. It's just as pretty. If he's going to let me. And there it is. I think you'll agree. This fish has made me very, very happy. So yeah, at last a decent sized fish. Like I say, I thought I was going to be the kindergarten carp catcher this weekend, but no, got through to one of the better ones. So yeah, nice, happy days. Get it back. We'll get the rod back out. Guys, it's just coming up for 8 o'clock, and I've had a bit of a lie in. I've only just got up, which is nice, and it's only just stopped raining too. It was an eventful night one way or another. We had that rave or the festival going on with the music. That didn't really bother me too much. It was far enough away not to be a concern. Then had that 20-pounder at midnight, and then after I put that back, I took a couple of painkillers because my back was hurting after carrying that around. Drifting off, back to sleep, and then 4 o'clock, same rod goes off again, a little one, which I put into the keep net, little tiny little common. Then the rain started, so I had to get back out of the bag and sit the panels down, so I had all the panels wide open. So yeah, sit those down, and since then it's all been quiet.
I've had a couple of knocks. A couple of times before it's going to go. It hasn't. And that's mainly on the middle and the right hand rod. But yeah, it hasn't happened. The rain has just stopped. I don't know if I mentioned that, but it has just stopped. And I'm hoping the sun will come out today to dry my gear off before I go at midday. So I've got a few hours left. I've got time for another one, hopefully. But while I'm eating, I've just made myself my first brew of the morning. And yeah, just sit here, enjoy it, enjoy the view. And yeah, fingers crossed we get another chance. But whatever happens, so I've had 6 fish, albeit most of them are tiny, but a 20 does make a big difference. So yeah, not bad going. So I'll be going home happy, and yeah, I just hope we're back heels in time for our holiday this week. So anyway, I'll catch up with you soon, let you know one way or another what happens on this session next.
Morning guys, it's 20 past 11 and everything is packed away apart from the rods, and everything that's packed away is soaked. It's only just stopped raining, so unfortunately it's a wet pack down. It means I've got to get the stuff out at home, dry it out. Yeah, a bit of a pain, but that's what happens sometimes. But yeah, so the rods are out still. I'm going to bring those in a second. I just want to do the last bit to camera before I put the camera away. I'm not sure what this vlog's going to be like. I must admit, when I came down on Friday with my bad back, which I've been suffering with for a couple of weeks, I didn't take the drugs in the morning, to the painkillers, because I wanted to be with it for driving. And I took some painkillers once I got set up, and I think I was pretty out of it. So I don't know what the video is going to come out like, or you know, whether it'll be enjoyable viewing or not. Yeah, so I had a few small fish on Friday. I had that 20 last night and another little one last night. So it's been an eventful session. Nice to get the 20 pounder. And like I said, I think it is my first 20 pounder out of Ireland. So happy with that. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the vlog. If you have, please subscribe, click the like button. And if you haven't liked it, click the thumbs down button. But leave any comments, any questions in the comments section below. I'll always try and get back to you. But yeah, like I say, just if you can hit the subscribe, it does do the YouTube figures some good, gets it out there for more people. Doesn't cost you a thing, so why not do it? Until next time, be lucky, and hopefully I'll see you on the bank again soon. Thanks for watching.